Meth Kebab. We'll play first. Oh, goodness. I mean, I have a thing and a dredger, and I can go, like, turn 2 play Narcomoeba, turn 3 flash it back. I mean, I have to keep, but it's not great. One of the cool interactions with some of the old dredge decks that have more natural sacrifice outlets, you can't really pull it off in these decks that don't have the sacrificed outlets, as many of them. You know, we have the Gargadon that doesn't like to show up in openers, but besides that, yeah, there's just like no sacrifice outlets. I mean, the Neonate sacrifices itself, but what I'm trying to say is a cool interaction with the old Cabal Therapy ones is, or Carrion Feeder ones, is Golgari Thug. If you don't know Golgari Thug, it is a 1/1 for 1B that has Dredge 4, so 1 less than the Stinkweed Imp. But when it dies, you put a creature from your graveyard on top of your library. So you would sacrifice the Thug to a Therapy, put a Narcomoeba on top, and then dredge the Thug and flip the Narcomoeba. That was sick. That was sick. My opponent got to probe my wonderful 3 of a kind. Probe Hierarch has to be, whatchamacallit, Infect. Boom. There's Gargadon. Narcomoeba, weirdly actually good against Infect. Just as, a flying body. Well, a body, period. But can also block Ink Moth, which is nice. And is a different color than a lot of your other stuff. So, Apostle's Blessing can't get around it as easily. Go, Narco, go. Pop this puppy out. I like that my hair is like right at the little foily thing at the bottom. Twisted Image my Narcomoeba. Not as good as getting a Spell Skite, but okay. Another Hierarch. Ink Moth. Okay. I didn't hit any dredgers either, that's unfortunate. I definitely want to dredge the imp one more time before I have to play it, if I have to play it. So I'm going to go ahead and loot first. There's Gargi. And definitely chump in with Narco. Though I don't know that my opponent will tack into it, giving me a zombie for free if they're not, you know, threatening lethal the turn after. I mean, they've seen my hand, so they know they have to work through my flyers if they're not trying to create an Apostle kill or a Rancor kill. Onto the bridge from below. Alright. Dredge. Just cast Narco. Boom. More bridges. And a Bloodghast. Suspend comes first. Then this happens. Oh, I have to stack them. Whoops. Where'd my Gargadon go? It's so hard to keep track of all these freaking windows. Graveyard is supposed to be stuff that's dead, and then your exile stuff that's gone forever. And I have to worry about both of them. Plus delayed triggers. God, this deck has got to be a headache to play live for sure. What am I doing? Attacking with the zombie, I guess. they should. This block is so easy for them that maybe I don't attack yet. I can get more value. I bet they wish they had that twisted image for their own hierarch now. Yeah, because I get all this like amalgam and stuff. What am I doing? I almost just threw away my bridges. Ooh, little lapse there. Caught it in time though. Always good. They still have mana up, so this is just the EOT fetch for a tap duel. No reason to respond. I'm worried about an instant speed thing killing a hierarch, but twisted image and like maybe a piracy charm, although that's mostly a legacy thing. Sometimes they'll play more than one twisted image, but usually just the one. See, main 2, I have this stop set correctly now after the gaff in round 1. You can auto-yield as well. As can you. For now. I might have to stop you later, but you can go away again. And then you turn into some zombies. And then come back, please. Green or double black? Might just have lethal. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's super over lethal. Ooh, I should have sacrificed this in response because it would have seemed... It doesn't matter because it's lethal, but that's a good play to keep in mind for future shenanigans. Yeah. Winner! That is a cool thing. Cool thing. Not of the Bone, not the most effective, but Conflagrate's okay, and Grudge is okay. Lightning Axe is okay. And I probably want this. It is a bit of a race, I will admit. I definitely want at least one of each of these, if not more, of the Grudge and Conflagrate. Having a 1 of in your deck, 1 or 2 of, is pretty much free. Like, you know, you can shave and find room for it, and I mean, you mill half your deck, so you have a good chance of hitting it, and then you can use it if need be. So I can cut these because I'm boarding in some discard outlets. Well, yes, again, is like, it's so good, but it's the only card that doesn't really fit in with everything else. Narcomoebe is great because it flies and is blue. Just blue. Though I've seen a lot of builds playing things like Distortion Strike or Slip Through Stream or whatever that card is called. Artful Dodge, probably not that one, but Apostle's Blessing is a lot more common. Prized Amalgam slow? Maybe Bloodghast is just better than Prized Amalgam in these spots. I should be, like, this is the card I should be shaving, not the ghasts. Unless the 3/3 is better than a 2/1 camp block, but I don't think that's the case for this matchup. Not by a long shot. Alright, let's try this. Now I remember I have a Grudge in my deck, so I want to find a Forest, but I also have a Conflagrate, so I want to get double red. This has no draw. And is great. Use a little help. Not much, though. I was hoping for a draw spell. But Gargadon's real good. Draw spell or land, really. Because land represents the back of looting, also. And I'm going to get 2 draws from the looting. Or if I mulligan this, or scry this to the bottom, and get Neonate, I can get real filthy with it. Gargadon is real powerful, but is it what this hand needs? Yeah, I think it's just too important of a card that I'll give up a draw to towards a land or another draw spell to just have it there. It's so effective once it gets online. And like, if it's not going to get online, then that one card is probably not the difference, and I'm just going to lose anyway. But if I do get my combo going, or my Dredge train rolling, then it's super important that I have this access to the Gargadon. IMHO. I'm going to go ahead and get a green, because again, the life is basically free against Infect. That is not what we wanted to see. Ooh, that's ugly. We might be in trouble. Obviously punished instantly. I don't even know what we could hit to win now. Yeesh. Narco and Prized, I guess. Hey, we did it. I mean, we're still in trouble. Deckmore Salvage is probably really good. Not even yet, but it might be eventually. Woof, woof, woof. Bridge would have been really clutch there. Don't be shy. Come back, Gargi. Come back to me. I don't think I block. As weird as that sounds. Because I'll be able to chump later, presumably, when they've had more looks at pump spells, and when I've had more looks at bridge. So, even though I could just die here. What's this? Oh, wow. I didn't think about that. I was thinking Become Immense is like a late game card. I thought it would have to be 2 pump spells, but these decks play like 3 or 4 Become Immense. I probably should have blocked. Whoops. Well, we get to play another one, and from the play. Oh, game 1 decks. I think I like this setup. As good as Conflagrate seems, it's actually pretty hit or miss. If I had a Neonate or something. This hand's excellent. Snapkeep. No, I don't think I want you. Well, I'm gonna dredge it. So yeah, I do want you. Awesome. Bang. Bang, bang. It's like that whole thing where on the play with fetch lands, sometimes your scry doesn't matter. But the sort of backdoor to it. I'm not seeing the card, but it does matter. Or not getting the card, I mean. But It is suddenly relevant. Nexus. Cage? Alright. Try and hit something. I guess this is a reaction to Collected Company being everywhere. Alright, I did hit a Narco. And have a bridge. Oh, what am I gonna do? Like, I could just start drawing and hit my one grudge. Or I could keep dredging, but I don't know what I'm looking for. Just more bridges, but there's one stuck in my hand, so the odds of hitting another seem low. Plus, if I hit a land, like a black land, I could just cast the Stinkweed Imp. Yeah, I think I just draw. That is a great draw. That is a truly excellent draw. I've already seen the axe, so they know it's there, but... Feels like this should be summoning sick, but it actually came into play on their turn. Oh, this... I keep biting the inside of my cheek. Hurts so bad. Come back, Argy, where are you at? No replacements. Less than ideal. So am I on the Turbo Gargadon plan? I'm positive how effective that is. But... maybe I'm not supposed to be attacking? I feel like if I can get them to 9, it's really good. Obviously. They know it too. They're paying mana for probes and trying to save a little life. Rats. Really wanted to just hit a land. A fetch land. That's that stinky. Go. 13. Closer. I might just be dead, honestly. I probably can't attack anymore after this turn. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Just gonna take 5. A little brewback action. And then probably end step the axe. They protect it. I can leave Narco back. They don't protect it. I feel like then I'm kind of in a bad spot where like I have to sacrifice the Narco. I have to like get my zombie tokens. And then I can peel a land and play one of these other flyers, hopefully. Watch me do that and draw exactly the other stomping ground. Wow, would I be tilted. Pierce. Got it. Yeah, still just need to draw a land for these puppies. Woof. Attack more salvage would have also been a justice, no justice draw. Go? I mean, I feel like I'm just dead, but maybe there's a hand combination that can't kill us. Probed me last turn, so they only don't know one card, I think. Maybe that was 2 turns ago. Yeah, I don't think they know these two. Alright, so they're not going for the outright kill. Unless they have the blessing. In which case this is lethal anyway. D-strike, that works too. Alright, GG. If we developed normally, I think we could have won this game, even with the cage. But 'twas not to be. One more to go.